up, you guys, and welcome to my channel. My name is Chelsea and I make content about home and self-care. Today is an exciting day because, as you probably saw by the title, this thrift/antique haul is all about brass. I stop at places all the time, but frequently I'll only pick up 1 or 2 items, so those trips obviously don't have enough for a haul. So I decided to gather up these items from the last few trips and do a video on them, and that's when I realized everything was brass. And if you don't like brass, this video is probably not for you, but if you love brass, then you're in the right place and you need to watch this video. There will be a bonus item at the end that is not brass, but I had to include it because it's still beautiful. It just isn't brass, so we'll think of it as like a bonus item. I only have bits of footage from this trip, so I'm going to kind of put it together so that you can see little areas of everything. I don't have footage from every single trip, so I'll put together what I can for you. Some of these items, if you follow me on Instagram, you might have already seen, but this is the first time they're really appearing in a video to get a good look at them. If you love these types of videos, you can subscribe to my channel. If you love brass and thrifting, you can give this video a thumbs up. Otherwise, let's get started. Okay, so I am now here amongst my thrifted treasures. So let's just get started. Here is one of the first things that I got, and if I'm being honest, I don't even know exactly what this is. It's not a candlestick holder. I guess you can put something into this tube, but really, I don't know exactly what this is. It's beautiful. I have it on a shelf for just like display decor purposes. It's very petite. I don't see how it could be functional for anything, but maybe there's someone out there that's like, you idiot, that's clearly a, fill in the blank. So if you know what this is, please tell me. I would love to know. So that is the first item. Okay, so the second item is actually a set. It is these candlestick holders. I think that they are absolutely beautiful. I love the little details on them here. I think that's just such a pretty detail. And a lot of this stuff has not even been cleaned yet. It's just been kind of sitting, waiting for its time to shine. So these indicate on the bottom that they're solid brass and that they were made in India. And I cannot wait to use these. These have also just been sitting on a shelf right now, but I am getting Christmassy vibes. These are just gonna be perfect. Maybe I'll use these on my table. Not sure yet, maybe I'll put these on the shelf above the couch, but I think these are just absolutely stunning and I cannot wait to use these. Okay, another candle holder, and then I think that's it for the candle holders. And it's this beauty. I think this is so pretty. I've been looking for a candle holder that had kind of like the bowl on the bottom, and I got very lucky, walked right into the thrift store, and there she was. Side note, the thrift store that I got this and the other two candlesticks at, as well as this piece, is closing. I just went there this weekend with my mom and I was devastated to see a sign on the door that said their last day was August 31st. So we went in, everything was 60% off. Sadly for me, everything was almost gone. I cannot believe they're closing. Since I've moved to this area, I have loved their store. I've gone there so many times, and I'm genuinely just so sad that they're closing. So that's a little side note. I'm devastated about it, but I walked in and this was sitting here during one of my other trips and I just could not pass it up. I think it's beautiful. I was looking for one of these with the bowl and like a little handle, so I found her. Okay, so the next little group of items that I'm going to talk about is from an antique store, and I know that there was footage from that trip in there, so you definitely saw that store. I love it there. Like, I could spend hours and hours and hours there. There was so much stuff. It was so big. I went there on like my lunch break, I think, and I had to come back like 2 more days because I just could not get through the store over an hour time. So I ended up spending about 3 hours there over 3 days. In love, can't wait to go back. So the first thing that I got from there was this brass kind of hammered type of bowl, and I am just using this right now on my sink. I'll see if I can put a picture in there. This tends to collect scrunchie, kind of odds and ends, stray bobby pins, stuff like that, but it just looks so nice and I love the hammered detail, and you can see it from the inside as well as the outside. It's not huge. It truly feels like the perfect size for a sink or maybe a nightstand if you needed something pretty to collect some of your odds and ends that you keep on your nightstand. This is such a pretty bowl for that. This bowl I think was about $7. It might have been more like $4 or $5. I can't remember, and I tried to find the receipt so that I could tell you exactly how much everything was, and of course I can't find it. So I'm gonna give you ballpark numbers for this store. The next thing that I got from that store is this planter. I think this is absolutely beautiful. I love the patina that's on it. It's just aging so well, and I will pop a picture in here how I'm using it right now. It's on my dining room table, just holding a plant. This is super cute, it's super pretty, and I just feel like a pot like this elevates a space. It's just so much nicer than kind of a regular pot, and it's definitely nicer than the little plastic ones that they come in. So I love this. Can't wait to have this forever. This is such a beautiful piece. Cannot remember how much this was. I want to say ballpark $7. Again, it's an antique store. It was a little bit more than a regular thrift store, so I was perfectly okay paying $7 for this. All right, the next thing that I got was this watering can, and as soon as I saw this, I was like, you are coming home with me. I just love it for some reason. I love the shape. I love this little piece on the top. I don't know what it is. It is just so gorgeous to me. And this I paid $14 for, which again, it's an antique place. This might have been a lot cheaper in a thrift store, but everything was decently priced at this antique store. So I saw this $14 and no question this was coming home with me. I have not used it yet. It's really been sitting on my shelf that's behind the camera as decor, but I kind of do want to use this as a watering can. The only problem is that a lot of my plants are not in vessels that have something underneath to catch the drainage, so watering them where they are doesn't really make a lot of sense because I'll have water all over my floor. So I'm gonna have to think about this or a way to use this more, because I just think this is too pretty to not be utilized. Okay, so I realized that I lied a little bit. You're not getting one bonus item, but you are getting 3 bonus items. So the first bonus item is the last thing that I bought at that antique store, and it is this set of glasses. They are quite big. I did get 4 of them, but I think these are absolutely beautiful. I can't wait to make festive holiday cocktails in these. I just think they look like they were made for the holidays. I don't know if that makes sense, but to me, these are just so beautiful. They have such a gorgeous round shape. I love that they are able to hold a lot of liquid. Sometimes this shaped glass is kind of made small, but these are quite large, as you can see. And I got 4 of them for $22, so just over $5 per glass. And you might look at these and be like, I would never pay that much for them. I loved them. They were coming home with me. Quite frankly, I was happy about $22. So that's the first bonus item, and it's the last item from that antique store that I got. All right, next up is a thrift store that unfortunately, I think I might have one little tiny clip from. I was actually with my family at the time, so I was just very engaged with them and what they were looking at, and so I just wasn't, really present with my camera. But the first item that I got from that trip was this little serving, what'd you call this? Serving pitcher? It's a little bit tiny, but yeah, I guess you would call this a serving pitcher. This was $2.99, and I think this is beautiful as a kitchen item. I will probably put this out on another piece that you're gonna see here shortly, but I think this is beautiful. It won't be used, in real life practicality purposes, but this will definitely be used as decor. I just think the top shape is really beautiful. It's aging well. It says that it is, again, solid brass made in India. So I love this piece. I think it's beautiful. It will only be decor, but that's okay with me. Next up, I'm so excited about this. This was advertised as a mortar and pestle, and it comes with this piece inside. I will say I'm not certain that this is a mortar and pestle. I'm also not certain that it's not, but that's how it was advertised, and I guess it could make sense this piece is in there. But if you let me know if you think this is a mortar and pestle. I'll show you the inside here, and I'll try to do a close-up of this piece. I love this. I want to clean this really well and try to use this. If you think that's a bad idea for some reason, let me know. This set was $3.99, which was totally fine with me. I probably would have paid $15 for this, to be honest, or maybe even 20. I just love this. I love that it could really be a functional piece. I love that the set came together. I don't know if you can tell, but Floyd is making a cameo appearance from under the couch. But yeah, I love this. Let me know what you think. Is it a mortar and pestle? Is it usable? I don't see any reason why it wouldn't be after a good cleaning, but let me know what you think. All right, next up is this little container. This was $1.99, and I just think this is so pretty. It does need to be cleaned up a little bit. There are some spots on it that have to be wiped off, but that's okay. I may put this in my bathroom to hold some extra toilet paper. Not sure yet. I don't really love exposed toilet paper, so that's something I'm gonna have to think about. But I really wanted it, and even if it had been, you know, like $5, I was willing to get it. This was from a traditional thrift store, so prices should have been a little bit better. And for $1.99, I am really happy with this. The next item that I got from that thrift store is this piece. I believe that this is a towel holder. If I'm wrong, please let me know. This was also $1.99 at the Goodwill, and as soon as I saw this, you can probably guess, I knew I wanted it. And it's funny because my mom had seen this as well, and when she came over, I was standing next to it, and she's like, I knew you were gonna want that. So she knows me well. She knows I love the brass. And it's funny too, when I was checking out, the cashier said, oh, you like all the gold stuff. So easy, Floyd. Clearly there's, you know, a pattern of what my taste is, and it's a lot of brass. So I can't wait to clean this off. This is quite dirty, but that's okay. I can't wait to clean this off and use it. I'm not sure if it's going to be used in my bathroom or my kitchen yet. That'll be something to think about. I actually saw these linen towels on Amazon that I might purchase because they are beautiful. But I also don't know if I want anyone actually using those linen towels. Decor problems. So I don't know. We'll see where this ends up. If I decide before this video comes out, I'll pop in a picture for you. And then the last thing that I got on that trip was this piece. Now, when I saw this, I did not know what the heck this was. This comes up and down, and you're probably thinking, you're an idiot. That's okay. Let's not be so judgmental. But I brought it over to my dad. I was like, what is this? And he said that it was a cheese slicer, and that makes sense to me. I don't know for sure. If you know for sure, tell me below. That was pretty much all I needed to hear because I love cheese. And it's gonna be fall. I love charcuterie boards. I love to put them together. And when something is this pretty and also doubles as an actual useful item, not just decor, I am in. This piece was, okay, I don't know how much this piece was because the tag is off it. I think my mom took the tag off for me, but I want to say this was $3.99. It wouldn't have been much more expensive because I don't think anything I got that day other than a sweatshirt was more than $3.99. So I'm pretty sure this was the same price. I can't wait to use this and take pictures with it. It does need to be cleaned, and I might try to reseal it. I'm not sure, but I love this piece. You see it from this side. You just bring the handle up, you slide your cheese in, and then you slice it. Last but certainly not least are two more bonus items, and the first is these beautiful crystal-like glasses. And I saw these sitting on the shelf in the thrift store. These came from the thrift store that is sadly closing, and they were sitting together by themselves, and they just stood out amongst all of the other glassware that was there. I think the details on these are absolutely stunning, and these have been sitting just as decor, but to be honest, if I want to feel bougie, I might use these as glasses. I really might. These also seem like they could be cute for, I don't know, a cocktail. That would be a tiny cocktail, but I'm willing to work with it because I just think that they are so stunning. Even if these don't end up getting used, I'm fine with it. These were actually only 99 cents a piece, so I think it's $1.98 for the two of them. Not mad about it. And the final item of this haul is not from any of the stores I've talked about. It's actually from a store that I have not been to in some time. The last time I was there, there was not even half of the stuff that's usually there. I don't think vendors are able to afford their spaces since the pandemic really hit, so there just wasn't as much stuff. But it is this cookbook, and as you can probably tell, it is old. It says that it was copyrighted in 1924. I originally thought it was from the 30s, but it seems like it's from the 20s, which is insane. I love it. It's called 1000 Home Tested Recipes. I think it would be so cool to make something from this book just to see how it turns out. This was actually a piece that when I brought it home, my significant other was like, that's pretty awesome. And that takes a lot. He doesn't get as excited about decor as I do, obviously, but this is an item that he was like, wow, I can't believe it's that old. We have to make something from it in here. And by we, he meant me, but I don't have a problem with that. So this is the last bonus item. That is everything from this haul. I hope that you liked everything. I can't wait to get these pieces cleaned up and styled or used. Anything that I was able to get in before this video goes live, I'll make sure to try to put pictures in. So that's it. So if you love thrifting, if you love brass, if you love home decor, please subscribe to my channel. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Comment below and tell me what your favorite piece was and why. I love to hear what people think about, you know, what their favorite piece is when they see a haul. My favorite piece is all of it. I'm really that basic. I just love them all. They make me so happy. Thank you guys so much for watching. Take care.